Today we're going to be talking about my thoughts after carrying the CHRIS REEVE Knives Inkosi for the month of December. And do I think this knife is really worth it? Let's get into it. Welcome back to Cross and Copper EDC, everybody, and I hope you are having a great day. Merry belated Christmas and Happy New Year. I took some time off for the holidays just to spend time with family and enjoy just some rest, even though, as we all probably know, holidays really aren't all that restful. But it was good to just take some time with family off of work as well. But we are updating my thoughts on the CHRIS REEVE Knives Inkosi. If you're new here to the channel, subscribe, like, comment below. I'd love to say hey, and welcome to the Cross and Copper family. So, at the beginning of December, I challenged myself to do something a little bit outside of the norm and carry one knife for the entirety of the month. Typically, I switch up my collection a good bit, but after winning this knife from River's Edge Cutlery, thank you to them again, I wanted to say, hey, let's take an advantage of this. As a knife guy, I've always heard of the brand CHRIS REEVE and how renowned they are in the industry of pocket knives and EDC, and I had never handled one just because they are so far out of my price range. So when I won this knife from River's Edge Cutlery, it was an amazing thing. And I wanted to take that as an advantage. As a guy that normally could not afford this knife, what are my honest thoughts after carrying this knife for a month? Do I think it's worth the price tag? How does it handle? Would I recommend it to other people? And I carried this month solely this knife, the past month, December. And I used it for the majority of my cutting task, outside of obviously like kitchen task. I didn't cut chicken or pork tenderloins up with this when I was processing stuff for holiday meals. But anything that needed unboxing, cut open, the Inkosi got used. And what are my honest thoughts? Well, first off, after handling it for a month, the action has really started to smooth up. So really am excited about that. It's starting to handle great. When I first got this knife, if you are not familiar with CHRIS REEVE knives, the action is not bad, but it definitely needs some breaking in. It's very tight. And that's just the tolerances that CHRIS REEVE knives deal in. I mean, it's very precise. First thing I noticed about this knife in carrying it, and this is a positive, this knife, for my large hand, typically I'm thinking in gloves, I wear a large to, depending on brand, a extra large to a 2X glove. I've got pretty big hands, and this is the large version of the Inkosi, and it just melts into my hand. I mean, I got a full purchase. The jimping on the back of the blade goes just right where it needs to into my thumb. It's the ergonomics on this knife, in my opinion, are unparalleled to any other knife in my collection. That being said, though, full titanium construction with the micarta inlays, really thick blade stock. It's a hefty knife. You definitely know it's in your pocket. I mean, let's do this. Size comparison here. This is AAA battery. Pretty much everybody knows size of a AAA battery. Pretty small. Up next to the CHRIS REEVE Inkosi, it's a pretty large knife. The knife is thicker. Whoop, dropped them. The knife is thicker than the battery by a long shot. You definitely know you're carrying this knife. Not that that's a bad thing, but if you are looking for something more lightweight, this is definitely not it. But that being said, it's built like a tank. I told my wife after carrying this knife, and she gets tired of hearing me jabber on about pocket knives, but I do talk about them a lot because I like them. I'm passionate about them. So it's what I like to talk about. Anyway, this is the one knife in my collection that I feel it's just built like an absolute tank. I feel like I could put this knife through about anything within reason. Now, am I saying I'm going to pry on stuff? No, but any normal pocket knife task, this is going to excel at. It's built like an absolute tank. The MagnaCut steel has held a great edge. It is still hair-popping sharp, just like it was out of the box. It has begun to get this and I don't know any of you, this is my first knife in MagnaCut. Some of you might be able to testify to this. It's almost getting an interesting patina where the oils from my finger open the knife. That's one thing I've been noticing. It could just be the blade finish, but it's getting a very interesting patina in some places. I don't know if that's characteristic for MagnaCut or just my knife. I don't know. But pros, built like a tank. Feels great in my large hand. I mean, is super comfortable. There's a few hot spots where the clip extends here. I can definitely feel that, but feels great in the hand. Action, it's not a fidgety knife. You know, I've heard of some people polishing the washers to get it more fidgety, but that's not what it's trying to be. This is a work knife, a beautiful piece of, honestly, American-made craftsmanship, or I would even go as far to say American-made art. It's a beautiful knife, but the action is not fidgety. I mean, this is me putting everything I can, that's as hard as I can thumb flick something. It's barely getting out there. And it misses sometimes, but hey, that's okay. It's made for slow rolling. It's not made to be like an OTF or a Spyderco with that compression lock, whatever. It's not made to be fidgety. But if that's what you're looking for, this is not going to be the knife for you. In conclusion, do I personally think this knife is worth the price tag? First off, let's look at the materials. MagnaCut blade steel, a thick blade stock of MagnaCut blade steel. I mean, let's just take a look at that. It's a thick knife. Huge chunk of steel, micarta, titanium, all American made. I struggle to say it's worth the price tag, honestly. I love the knife, and I'm not hating on this knife at all. But if I had $500, I would struggle to spend the money on this knife. I'm just going to be honest with you. And that just might be me. Typically, $200 is like really pushing it on a knife for me. $250 is like, okay, whoa. $500, that's a lot of money for a knife. Just for me. If you can stretch that, awesome. Great for you. But just for me, I have a hard time spending $500 on anything, let alone a pocket knife. I love pocket knives, but do I think this is honestly worth the $500? In my opinion, no. Could I see it going for $300? Every day of the week. Every day of the week, $300 for this pocket knife. But $500 is a bit steep in my opinion. But love the knife. Am so thankful for River's Edge Cutlery sending this to me, winning it in their giveaway they did around Halloween. It was such a huge surprise, and I'm going to love and cherish this knife. I love using it. It does, having not a lot of experience with the Tanto, does take a little learning how to use the edge, but it's a great knife. I would highly recommend it. If you've got $500 laying around just burning a hole in your pocket, go get you one and see for yourself. It's a great knife. It's a workhorse of a knife that's going to be able to withstand anything you throw at it, really, within reason. But in my opinion, do I think it's fully worth the $500? No, I don't. Am I going to love and cherish this knife and use it? Certainly. I love it. Love this knife. Just don't think it's worth the price tag. If you've got some knives that you would like to see me review or take a look at, excuse me, drop a comment below of those knives, and I'll catch you on the next video. Remember, EDC is not just what you carry in your pockets, but it's what you carry in your hearts and mind as well. So make sure all of your EDC makes it count. Y'all have a blessed day.